Would you guys like to see if we can grow some giant pumpkins? I know I would. Let's do it. So today is April 28th, and I don't think we're too late in the season to get started with this one. But a couple weeks ago, I got a letter in the mail, and it was loaded with seeds. Hi Mike, here are some giant pumpkin seeds to experiment with. I bet your YouTube audience would like to see one. I know I would. Emily Smith. There are the giant pumpkin seeds. Let's get these planted. Check all of that out. We've got some beautiful soil in there, and you can see tons of worms throughout there. There's a little worm right there. There's another one right there. There's another one right there. I must have seen 50 worms go in here. With every scoop, I had multiple worms. This is some healthy, beautiful, rich soil, and it smells so nice. This is all the composted wood shavings and chicken manure over the last few years that we've gotten out of our coop. All right, here we are. Today's October 23rd, and that's what we've got. 1, 2, 3 pumpkins. So they're not exactly giant pumpkins, and I ain't gonna try and sugarcoat this, guys. It just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but we did get 3 pumpkins. Start with this little guy right here. We need a little bit of a stem on there. Just cut it off right there. Look at that. Cute little pumpkin. Not much of a giant, but kind of cool looking. I'm sure it's, how I grew this thing. It needed a lot more water. It was a dry, long, hot summer, and I did think I watered it enough, but apparently I didn't. And we also had that long, cold spring. There I go, making excuses. But now I'm more intrigued than ever. I'm going to try and do this again, and these seeds in here are going to have all the same genetics, so why couldn't I end up getting the seeds out of these and trying again next year with the seeds? I might do that. Here's another one. Let's take a look at this. That's a good, decent pumpkin. That'll be nice for carving. All right, let's get this over here with the other little guy. It's got some heft to it. And one more on the outside of the fence. All right, there's the last one. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna snip that off. There she is. I'll bet we are gonna get some nice seeds out of these pumpkins. And like I said, the genetics are the same. They just weren't grown to their fullest genetic potential this year. But maybe we can get something going and try these again next year. All right, so it's been a little over a week and it's the 9th of November today. We're past Halloween. No sense in trying to do anything with these guys. So I'm gonna bust them open now and we're gonna get some seeds out of them because I wanna see if we can plant these next year and actually get some giant pumpkins because they did fairly well. We look at them here. They actually look really nice. They're really just stout, thick, awesome looking pumpkins. And I think if I just gave them more water through the year, they would do a lot better and really live up to their full potential. So let's bust these open. Eventually I gotta fix that and make a door here. All right, I'm gonna bust them open on this rock right here and we're gonna see how well this goes. All right. Some stout pumpkins, man. There we go. We got seeds in there, and it froze last night, so it's gonna be cold digging all them out of there. All right, these can go off to the chickens, and I actually want to get the seeds out of the bigger, better looking pumpkin. Yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be plenty of seeds to deal with. Oh yeah, look at that. Lots of good seeds in there. It should give me more than enough seeds to get started next year. Coming back through here, I thought I better show you guys some of this. All these fall colors are just looking gorgeous right now. Check this out. We've got some burning bush that are just turning a deep, vibrant red. I love burning bush for that reason. Several of them are starting to change back here too, but this will just be a wall of red here shortly. Got our little hydrangea that started blooming late in the season. That was the one that we overwintered indoors and grew in that tent all winter last year. This one, the rest of them here were outside all winter last year, but all the leaves are falling. We had a freeze last night. I think it was our first freeze. And in fact, yesterday I was out here and these mulberry had all these leaves were all the way up on here, just beautiful yellow, and they all fell off overnight with the freeze. But we're heading in the winter, so ain't much you can do about that. Look at the size of that thing. Love these fig leaves here. We've got more colors down here. Now these were some maples that I pulled aside, and they have some really neat color characteristics. I got these from a friend who, the seedlings were sprouting beneath a maple that he had, and there were like hundreds of them, so I picked up a whole bunch of them from him. I've had them in here for a couple of years, just waiting for the colors to really kind of show and see which ones I like best. I pulled these outside because of all the yellows and oranges and reds, and there's some pink kind of colors in there, and I might plant those out somewhere on the property at some point. All the figs have dropped their leaves, beautiful yellows and oranges, especially that golden rainbow there. It's got some orange kind of color in the leaf, but look at all those figs. That's really sad. Still sitting on the branches and nowhere to go and nothing to do, but that's all right. There's always next year. Check this out. We've even got a blooming rose. So this was a rose that Glenda down in Florida sent me. It's a miniature rose. I potted up in this 1-gallon pot, and it has been blooming through the late summer and the fall. I'm looking forward to seeing that one next year. Here we are, freezing temps, and we've got beautiful rose blooms. Isn't that crazy? All right, so here's all our seeds. I'm gonna pull all of these out of the pulp here. It's just gonna be a tedious job I'm gonna have to do by hand. In fact, let's just set all these over here for right now. And then we'll just have to pull them all out and get all this pulp separated so that we can spread these out in our cardboard box. Back to the chickens. All right, so now I'm going to take my box here, just dump all these out, and spread them out here in the box. The dryness of the box and spreading these out for better airflow will help to dry these things a little bit faster. This is going to go inside my house now. And I don't know how long it'll take, maybe a few days or a week or so, something like that. And then once these are dry, I can throw them into a paper bag and store them just in the house over the winter. All right, guys, so it's been about a week, almost a week, and these pumpkin seeds have dried all the way now. I'm gonna get ready to put these into a bag and we're just gonna store them through the winter. All right, so let's see if we can do this without dumping seeds all over the place. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Whole bunch of pumpkin seeds. We have more pumpkins than we know what to do with next year. So that's it. We got our pumpkin seeds. It's actually come full circle now. We are back to the same seeds that we got in the beginning last spring. So thank you, Emily. I really appreciate you sending these seeds. It's been a fun little project, and I'm looking forward to planting these and seeing what we get next spring. Hopefully, I've done everything just right, and we've got plenty of viable pumpkin seeds. So I'll just fold the bag up like that, put a little tape on it, and we'll label the bag as pumpkin seeds, and then come back to them in the spring. Now, I know we didn't get giant pumpkins, and that was really the goal with all this, but I will say that that was my fault. I just got to admit it. I didn't get enough water. I thought I watered them enough. Every time I went and watered those figs out there, I watered the pumpkins, but I don't think it was enough. These plants hold a ton of moisture and they require a ton of moisture to grow and grow huge. And I think I just need to keep the soil saturated during the growing season. It's probably got to be saturated all summer long in order to get those things to reach their biggest, fullest potential. The other thing I didn't do, which I probably should have done, is mulch. I probably could have put down a good thick layer of straw, and that would have kept more moisture down around the roots. But there's always next year, and that's the fun of all this. Just trying new things and experimenting and exploring. We did get pumpkins. Next year, they're going to be giant. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. You know what to do. If you did like it, please hit the like button. It helps out the channel. Subscribe if you want to follow along and see where we go with these pumpkin seeds. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I'll see you in the next video. Adios.